the new spoiler from Heavy Hitters. Tenacity. 0, 2 power, 3 block. When this attacks, gets plus X power, where X is the number of defending Welcome back, Ronin Renegades. While I've been dashing around, Yuki Lee Bender spoiled the most exciting card we've seen since Uprising. Tenacity is a yellow, 2 power, 3 block generic attack action that functions as a reverse Salt the Wound. Where Salt gets power for the number of hits on the combat chain, Tenacity gets power for the number of defending cards on the combat chain. That isn't defended attacks, it's defending cards. In a hypothetical situation where your opponent was so committed to preventing a big Salt the Wound that they blocked with 4 pieces of armor, 4 cards from hand, and a defense reaction from Arsenal, Tenacity gets plus 9 power. That's game-changing. It's unlikely that we'll ever live the dream of an 11 power Tenacity, but Block FAI's big turn has been in people's heads since Uprising. Until now, our only counterplay to that has been Lava Burst with its guaranteed plus 3 power rupture effect and its synergy with Spreading Flames and Tiger Stripe Shuko. And while Tenacity isn't draconic, it's a great answer to late game scenarios where your opponent is committed to blocking out. Grab Tenacity early and your opponent will have to make a difficult choice between blocking your attacks or taking your damage. And grab Tenacity late and your opponent will regret blocking at all now that they have nothing left to protect their life total. Tenacity is a card that we're happy to pitch early. No matter what your preferred flavor of FAI is, this pays for your weapons of choice. And having a late game finisher pitched to the bottom of our decks leaves us free to play our Lava Bursts and Salt the Wounds as we draw them naturally, helping us to put our opponents low enough on life that they do us the favor of setting up a big Tenacity turn. Tenacity also takes away the pressure of getting Pouncing Link's value in the early or mid-game for fear of missing out on big damage late once our Lava Bursts are gone and our Salt the Wounds are neutered. So where are we making room for this cool new card? My list is already pretty tight, and I've already cut the 3rd copy of Salt the Wound from Emberblade. But while I'm testing Tenacity, I think we can bid farewell to our mercurial friend, Ravenous Rabble. With 15 blues and at least 8 yellows in the 60, Rabble has a roughly 40% chance of attacking for 2 or 3 on turn 1, and its chance of attacking for 4 only decreases from there. For now, I imagine that the ideal ratio of finishers post-Tenacity will be a 3-2-1 split between Lava Burst, Salt the Wound, and Tenacity, and this only makes Rabble worse by adding another yellow to the deck. At least for now, while I test this exciting new finisher, I will be cutting Rabbles entirely. As for the other 2 slots in the deck created by the disappearance of Rabbles number 2 and 3, I'll get back to you. Rise from the Ashes is always on the table. I've heard good things about yellow Rising Resentment, acting as a pseudo-draconic 0 for 3 with Shuko, and Double Strike may be even better now for pumping up Tenacity in addition to Salt the Wound. Once I have a FAI list ready for the Heavy Hitters meta, you'll be the first to know. While I have you here, let's talk about today's other spoiler worth testing, Nasty Surprise. This blue 2 power, 3 block attack action is a bit underwhelming on its own, as it has no go again or on hit, but what makes it exciting is how it interacts favorably with effects that otherwise put us at a disadvantage. Command and Conquer, Pummel, Codex of Frailty, and Secret Destroy are what come to mind first, followed by soon-to-be Azalea staple, Judge, Jury, and Executioner. Responding to any of those with a stronger turn is very appealing, as it can potentially let us keep or gain tempo in the face of adversity. Did we lose our hand to Seek and Destroy? Why don't I start my next turn with a free 5 power Mounting Anger to help make up the difference? Did we just get hit by Codex of Frailty? No worries, our remaining cards are easier to play and more powerful to boot, and may completely negate the frailty affecting our card in Arsenal. Nasty Surprise is certainly more innocuous than Tenacity, but may give us a few more percentage points in what are already tight matchups, and is more likely to affect the game compared to something like Blue Soul Bead Strike or Stab Wound. Personally, for my testing, I will be replacing Blue Soul Bead Strike, as I think it only has real value in the Dromai matchup, where we kind of don't need percentage points. Renegades, these are the first spoilers since Uprising that have me immediately excited. Warmonger's Diplomacy is an excellent card, but isn't cool. Bittering Thorns is a good card, but still fairly unplayable in Emberblade without doing some heavy lifting. Tenacity, though, is an exciting finisher, and I'm excited to see whether it gets FAI'd the last few LL points he needs. With a few more generics and expansion slot cards left to be revealed, it's possible that FAI will get even more support in heavy hitters. Until then, though, things are already heating up for our boy. I'll see you all real soon with more Daily Dash gameplay, so until then, take care.